didn't get time to look into the Internet Explorer issue, but I'll look into that and get back to you. I have that in my mind.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You can see here. So today we are going to start TestNg. And TestNg is separate. It's like it's not related to Selenium. It's a separate framework.
Okay. Yeah.
So Selenium is almost like already completed. Only one thing is like page object model design pattern. So that
Mm-hmm.
once TestNg will be completed, so I will get into that part.
Okay.
That's no other things are left. It's just a design pattern which we have to learn extra.
Mm.
Cross project testing also done. So you see here, we are going to start testing it. Testing it must like separate framework, separate library. So first you have to see that what are the things you have to do some setup for the testing, right? So let me
Yeah.
close this thing. You can see here, yeah, we have here help menu. In the help menu, you go to like Eclipse market space. In search, this is the find box. As of now, I already have the TestNg installed. And normally it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to do the setup for TestNg. So this is something like app in the mobile, the Google Play Store is there, something like that. Eclipse market space is there, right? And you search here for TestNg. So when I search here, just type and just hit enter. You can see a TestNg for Eclipse. It is coming, right? And it is already installed. So it is already installed. So what I can do, I can uninstall it. I'm going to the installed section and like the uninstall option is there. So let me uninstall it so that I can show you if I have to start from the scratch, then how I will be able to do. Basically, it's 10 to 15 minutes of process. So just be ready for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you are using what you call IntelliJ, so I think like TestNg is pre-installed then. So let it be uninstalled. It is showing here uninstalling software can see in the bottom. And it is asking to restart now. So once I restarted, so now my Eclipse is running without TestNg. Means I will not find any option called TestNg over there. And I will show you from one place also you can come to know whether TestNg is there or not. So you go there in Windows preferences. In preferences, you just type here TestNg. You can see a TestNg is not coming, right? If something it is installed, it will come over here. So you can see a Maven install, Java install, everything, whatever you have installed, it is coming over there. So what I need to do, I need to like install the TestNg. You can see here there is no TestNg. Okay, so this was already there, but it is removed. Let me remove this from there also. Going to properties, Java build path. And you can see your libraries. Some TestNg is there, then I will remove it first. That's not there. Yeah, it is here, you can see. So it's referencing like TestNg. So I'm just removing it. So I'm assuming that TestNg is never there, right? So I don't have any TestNg library. GRE is there, reference library is there. So reference libraries, I will show you how to add this reference library. But as of now, see, once I remove the TestNg, I can see some errors are there. Means wherever TestNg will be there, it will show like errors and all such things, right? So let it be like that. It's no worries. Once I will add it, I will fix that as well. So again, I'm going to the help menu, going to Eclipse Market Space, and I'm starting from the scratch. That first time you have to do like that. Test ng and hit enter button. It will show you the search result. It is saying that install button is highlighted this time. So I will click on this and it is saying that TestNg for Eclipse. These two things will be added. TestNg like Maven. So two things will be added. So I'm clicking on confirm. Then I'm clicking on finish. So it is starting installing over here. You can see. So I just select all. It is saying that your Eclipse is done. Now you have to restart. One more thing you have to know that whenever actually what I have installed, that is installed as a plugin. So for TestNg, we need two things. One is plugin and one is library. Understand? So plugin things is needed and library things is also needed. Two things you have to need. So plugin thing is to like run your test for TestNg kind of things, and library like what are the classes, methods are there. So all those things are designed there, and for to support your project with those class and methods, you need to add the library as well. That's why you can see here still I have a red marks over there. Means I can see some red marks over there. But I need to check whether TestNg is installed or not. So first I will check here TestNg. I can see a TestNg is there. So one thing is there, TestNg is installed. Second thing is that you can go here and check for Eclipse Market Space. TestNg. I search for TestNg. Then I can see it's installed. Installed means it's there. Now, second process is that we have installed the plugins. Okay. So plugins also needed and library also needed. So library needed in the project, plugin needed for the Eclipse. So it's just one time activity. But library is every time when you are creating a new project, then you have to add the TestNg library. So how you will add TestNg library? Just right click here and go to the properties and go to the Java build path and go to the libraries. You can see here there are several tabs. So libraries are there. And then you click on add library. No other things, just add library. And then you can click your TestNg, then click next, then finish. So what it will do, it will add the TestNg over there and then you click on apply and close. So once you do that, means it will take some time and you can see all the errors gone. Right. So whatever the things supported by TestNg, now it is there and TestNg is ready to use. You can see here TestNg libraries are coming over here and then you can use those things. And one more thing for your information, once you have added the library, from where it is referencing. So you can see here where my Eclipse is there. I'm going to that Eclipse. My Eclipse is here, C drive. Tools, I have Eclipse over there. And Eclipse, there is a plugins folder. So in the plugins folder, my all the libraries are there. So it might like if I go and check that, then you can see some TestNg things are coming, right? Date wise, I sorted it out. So you can see some things are coming. So these many things are related to TestNg. So that's why it is coming on the today's date. You can see here. And there also you can see it is coming that from where it is referencing. So this used Apache, TestNg, WebJars and YAML. So all these things are related to TestNg. Once I added the TestNg library, everything is displayed. Main thing is TestNg. The version I'm using 7.04. So you can see all the package are coming, right? And in the package, like all the classes are there, which I will be using in the TestNg. So for example, I'm showing you that is a assured class. So you go to the assured class. Then you can see the assert method is there, assert true is there, assert false is there. So I will show you how to use that. I'm just showing you how high level things, the demo. So now its project is ready for TestNg. So this was all about the setup of the TestNg in your Eclipse. If you are using IntelliJ, so IntelliJ is already coming with the TestNg, means you don't need to do anything. This is one also like what you call editor where you can write your code. You go to your file and then you go to the settings. And then you search for plugin. So plugin is already there. You can see here. So it's asking for something which is not present. That's okay. You search here TestNg. So once you come here, it's saying that bundle. It's already there. You don't need to install and uninstall. So disable enable is there, but you already have this TestNg. So it's already coming with the TestNg. So no need to do anything here. Just for information, I told you. Now for TestNg, what are the things you need to learn? So let's go to the TestNg. I will show you something sample, then you can start seeing that. Search. See, first we have to understand this annotation at the rate test. I'm searching it somewhere, might be I am keeping it. So you can get TestNg demo. I have a package called TestNg demo. But where it is? It's in the com. Here it is com.testng. It is here, right? So let me rename it. Now I have a separate package here, TestNg demo. So if I open here, I can see some of the things over here. So let me first open new test. So you can see this is a new test. So let me introduce one by one. Normally, when we were creating Java class, we were creating the main method, right? Like this. You see here, it was like this. PSVM, control spacebar. No, it's not coming. It's public, static, void, main, and the bracket is capital string of args like this. So this was a standard practice. So whatever must like I was writing here as YSO. Welcome to Java. And you see here for TestNg, what I am doing here, the difference is that earlier I was only having one main method, but here I am having n number of @test annotation. So this is the main thing it will work on. And based on that only it will recognize. So let me put it here. That's after main method. Just put it separate. So you see here, this is TestNg and this is something called this is called Java and this is called TestNg. Welcome to TestNg. Welcome to Java, main Java. So you have one main method, so you cannot have another main method, but you have one TestNg method, so you can like give the method name as a different thing, but you can have multiple TestNg methods. So for TestNg, you have to put this annotation. So once you put this annotation @test, what it will do, it will assume that it's a test case. Okay, it's a method, something similar like main method. And basically it will consider it as a test case. Yes, it's a format of test engine. And method name I'm just putting here like test case 001 like this. For example, only I'm keeping this. So if I want to put, I can just copy the entire things. You can see here, same method's name cannot be, but I'm just putting number 2 for just for convenient purpose. And TestNg 2 I'm putting, TestNg 1 I'm putting. It's okay. So now you can see differences here. I can have multiple @test annotation in the single file class, but only one main method I can keep same to same. SDET2 it's not allowed, right? But if I want to run it as a Java program, so TestNg will not execute. But if I run the TestNg program, then Java program will not execute. It's like that. But you can keep both in the same. But normally when we are using TestNg, we are not using Java things. But just for demo purpose, I'm showing. Just right click here. You go to run as and you will see two options of running. One is Java application, one is TestNg. So this is the role of plugin. If you don't add plugin, so it will not allow to run as a TestNg. Understand? And libraries are to support this. Means what is @test? So you can see here, I'm just coming here. It is saying that import org testng annotation.test. And you want to know about this @test, click on this with the holding the control button. So it will show you a structure line number 17. Whatever the annotations we are going to create, it's all about @interface. And then it will become annotation. Okay. So it has groups, it has enabled, it has depends on groups, it has depend on methods. So these things I will show you time to time, one by one. You just come to know that what are the things allowed. Timeout, invocation timeout, invocation count, thread pool size, success percentage, data provider class, always run, description, expected conditions message, regular expression, and shoot name. Okay, test name, single thread. Like so many things are there, you can see. Okay, priority is also there, which is very, very important. Let's ask in the interview. So this is all about test annotation. Okay, this is called annotation in TestNg. Whenever we have symbol and something like a written here, so we call annotation. So all the annotations are valid annotations which are already defined. You can use it. Now you can see I'm going to run it. So right click, run as Java application. So once I executed a Java application, only Java things executed. Other methods did not. But if I right click and run as a TestNg, so it will see here how many methods executed? 2 methods. And the format is also changed. The output is also changed. You can see it says that test run 2. Okay, it means we executed 2 test cases literally. Failures 0, escapes 0. Okay, and these are the things passed, nothing failed. So all passed is coming, and this is the output which I just put for printing purpose. Okay, so you can see. So these are the format of TestNg, and this is the normal format of Java. So let me just comment it out. Okay, not needed. Now I will focus on the TestNg because Java things you already know, like TestNg things. So just right click, run as TestNg. Only one option is coming. I just executed it. You can see here, this is the normal output and there is a separate TestNg shoot coming. So you can see this right option is coming. If I click here, you see this is the result of TestNg pass fail. You can see 2 methods executed. This is called shoot. This is called test. This is called like class, the class name, which I just executed. And 2 methods were there. So let me rename this class in a good fashion. can see, right? So this was just a basic demo. Now I'm going to next part, next level. Now have some other annotations. Okay, one is TestNg annotation, and we have other annotations. Other annotations, like what are the annotations? So let me open my Excel sheet. I have a TestNg. Here is my TestNg. Yeah, this is the TestNg. You can see so many things are there in the TestNg, and I will try to use these things. One is test. You already saw that. Means multiple you can keep, and then it will execute as a test case. One is like before and after. So there are 10. One is before groups, after groups, before test, after test, before shoot, after shoot, before class, after class, before method, after method. So 10 annotations are there. This is 11. One is data provider. One is parameter. One is listener. So these are the annotations. This is a separate thing. This is not an annotation. So you see 11 and 3, 14 annotations. You must have to know that these are the very useful things. So I will show you one by one. The test already shown you, but not in detail. High level, just only I show you. So let me come to this part first. Right? So copy this. This is something about test priority. So this is test priority. If you go there, even you write this after this, and once you execute, so what will happen? This will execute first. This will execute second. So because it's on the priority side. So first let me run it, then I will show you what is the output coming. Test 2. Even it is written below, it is executing first. So consider that you have 3 test cases. And consider that I am writing it here. First 3, then 2, then 1. But when I execute, what it will do? It will 1, 2, and 3. Why? Because by default priority is 0. By default 0 is priority. It means then it will take the alphabetical order. So alphabetically, this is coming as a first, this is coming as a second, this is coming as a third. Now you can set the priority in which order you want to execute. So that is also possible here, but I
Um,
will show you.
yeah,
Sorry.
but alphabetically they are same.
No, no, no. You see here number is changing. One.
Yeah,
Here
number
it
is
is.
okay.
It is changing. That's why this will come first, right? If you
Yeah.
arrange this in alphabetical order, so it will be in the first. So that's why alphabetically it is coming first. Okay. And consider that it is AAA, this is DDD, and this is GGG. Making easy for you. That's 3 test cases are there. So now you can see here alphabetically which is coming first. So it will be more easier for you to understand.
Yeah.
What happened? Only one executed.
Yeah.
You see here. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. So which one executed first, second, third, you can see here. So
Yeah.
that's why it is working like that. Now I'm going to set the priority. Consider that my test case was like that, but I want to execute this as a first, this is as a second, and this is as a third, right? So how
Yeah.
you can set that? You can see here you have to put a parenthesis like this. Okay. And once you go there inside that test, you see there are some things, methods there. So there was one priority you can see here. Okay. which accepts by default is 0. So that's why taking as alphabetical order, but you can set the priority. Okay. So this is the demo about priority. So what you have to do, control space bar, just put here. You will see all the things over here. So click here and just put control space bar. You can see all the things. So priority is also there. You can put the priority and then it will show you. Then you have to put priority equal to. So I'm putting here 1. Then I'm copying it. Then this as a 3. And this as a 2. If you set the equal priority, then again it will fit the alphabetical order. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Run. And you can see the output in which order it executed, which was 1, 3 was 1. Okay. Then number 2 is 0, 0, 1. So it is coming like this. Then the third priority was this one. So you can set in priority in this way. Consider that you set the priority here as -2. Then what will happen? This will become the first. This alpha like numbering system -2 is lesser. The lesser the priority, the execution will be the first.
Yeah.
By default is 0. That also you have to know. Means if you are not putting, then it will take 0. And it's not mandatory that if you have something, then you have to put priority for everything. If you don't put a priority, then it will automatically pick 0.
Okay.
As you can have like that. Okay.
Hmm.
What happened? It's -2, it's 0. Just think like that.
Yeah.
It's -2 is 0, then it's 1 and 3. So order will be like same. You can see here.
Yeah.
The 5 1 is coming as a second position. This is one is coming as a one
First.
position.
Yeah.
So now you understand that how it works, right? Priority
Yeah.
things works like that. Now this is done. Now see your timeout. Timeout better. I can show you some parallel things. Okay. So let's take this copy paste. Test parallel. So for parallel, just one test case I'm thinking. Just control a space bar. I will take parallel. It's all about invocation count. Parallel is here, invocation count. But how many times to execute you want to execute? So I'm saying that 10 times. So what we'll do here, it will execute in the parallel. Okay. Because I've said no, it will not execute in the parallel because it's just how many times a test case you want to execute. And for parallel execution, we have to set the thread pool size. So that is mandatory. THREAD, you see here. Thread pool size. Two things you have to set. Let's say if you want to execute in parallel. So how many times you want to execute and how many parallel execution you want to make. So if you put same, so it will execute in the parallel fashion. To make it more understanding, I will just put a date so that you will understand that, oh, it's all executed in the same time. Otherwise, you will not know. One is invocation count and one is thread pool size. So basically invocation that how many times and how many parallel execution. So both you can set. But suppose that I want to execute for 100 times, right? But 10 at a time. So it will round up in the 10th cycle it will complete. But
So
this
they
is like
both
Yeah,
Yes.
both I am putting same. It means all in the parallel.
Yeah. So they both cannot be different. Then it
Can
will be
that's
parallel.
what yeah that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
If you set it 100 and you set it 10, then it
mm,
will take 10 cycles to complete 10 different cycles.
okay.
You see, first I will come to that point in that
Okay.
part. Means
Mm,
you can see here the date and time. Then based on that you can analyze. All executed in same time. You can see here
yeah.
11, 3, 14. Means 10 executed and 10 in the same time. But what if I put here 100? And for making a delay, so that you will understand. Just 1 second. What will do for the next cycle, it will wait for 1 second. So 10 at a time it will execute and it will complete in 10 cycles. Can see, right?
Yeah.
It is taking 10 cycles to complete. You can see here how many test cases executed. You can see 100. 100 is executed and 10 at a time. Okay.
Mm, yeah.
See the output, then you will come to me. First time I executed this, then this time executed this, then this time executed this much, and then this time this much, then this much, this much, this much, like this executed. Suppose that I'm going to give you 100 and here is 50. Is will be completed in 2 cycles. Let's see the timing 40 and 41 second, two separate cycles. I mean, it was taking some time, so that's why it took it, but normally it will so like that because it executed like that. So it's all about parallel execution. One test case, how many times you want to execute, and then how many cycles you want to control. So these things, two things will come into the picture for those things. So this is also done. Thread pool size and invocation count. Now we have parallel is the next part, suit, and this part is the TestNg.xml part. Timeout I can show you. Okay. So consider that I have a test case, Control CV, which is based on timeout. What you have to do here, you come here, remove these parts. I'm setting time, timeout, right? Timeout equal to what I want to put some suggestions there or not. Let me go to this one, test. Millisecond. Okay. So that's the thing I wanted to know. Yes, I can put some values in millisecond. So millisecond means like I can put 500. You see here, I'm putting here like what do you call 1000. It means it will complete after 1 second. But before that, I am putting here timeout equal to 500 millisecond. So it means this will not execute this part. Let me put like this so that you will understand. Because I will start waiting, the timeout will just throw exception, so it will fail. It failed. Third timeout exception. And what are the reason? Method TestNg didn't finish within the timeout of 500 milliseconds. So if I put here 100, it means I'm setting that maximum duration I'm providing you to execute within 500 milliseconds. If you can do, then okay. So I just remove that 10 and then trying, it should work. Spectre, right? So it executed this part as well. You can see here. So in this way, it will execute like that. So this is about timeout. So this is also done. These things are testng.xml things. So just yeah, enable and disable I can show you. Consider that there are 3 test cases, right? Enable and disable. I will show you. As of now, if I execute, all the 3 will be executed. You can see. But what if I make it enable equal to false? It means I am disabling this test case not to execute. So this will not execute. By default, it is true. You can see here only 2 test cases executed, third one didn't execute. So you can control like execution of the test cases, that which one you want to miss out of 100 if you don't want to execute one. So you can make as a true, you can make it as a false, it's up to you. You can see here one I have made it enable, and by default like I have made it disabled the true one. If I'm running it, it will not execute the others. Only one is executed. So that's why I'm saying that TestNg is not related to Selenium. It's just about controlling the test case. And in that, you can have the Selenium code. It's up to you, right? So Selenium code is just what the browser things launching and executing. That also you can put. I will show you that part as well. So this was the demo of like enable. So enabled, I showed you priority, I showed you. See, one is always run. Even the enabled is false. Okay. Then comma. I control space bar, always run. Equal to. Okay. Now we see here enable is false, always run is true. Then also it will execute. No, it will not execute. You can see it. Actually, always run in the case of dependency. Sometimes it is that in that time it is very much useful. If enable is true and always run is true, then it will run. But if enable is false, then it will not run. So let me put here. Sometimes like even the enable is true, but due to some dependency, it will not run like that. So I will show you that part. You can see here as of now it is executing 2 test cases. You can see here, but consider that this is disabled, right? And I have a dependency. If this is running, then only this should run. So Let me copy this and paste it again and make it disabled here. This I commented it out, and I have one thing which is depends on. Okay, so there is a clause called depends on methods. I'm going here. So depends on method I'm coming, and which method you want the dependency. So just provide the method name. So it means it will execute, then only it will execute. If this will not execute, so this will not execute. Okay, just think of this, only this part. Depends on methods. So based on this, it will execute. And depend upon methods, if S is written, it means you can have dependency for more than one methods as well. Okay, so let me do that more than one methods. If it is more than one, so you put here curly bracket and closing part also curly bracket. And I'm putting the dependency for this as well. Comma. What I'm saying that if test case 1 and test case 2 will execute, then only the test case 3 will execute. So you see here 1 will execute, but 2 will not execute, right? Since it has a dependency on 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Means if both will run, then only it will run. Something error is coming. Okay. Depends on methods. What is the issue? TestNg is depending on methods public void TestNg enable TestNg for interrupt exception which not another test are not included. Okay, if I set it as a true, you can see here it is executing this time. So what it is doing here means has a dependency on test case 1 and test case 2. So what if I do here, it's false. So I'm setting a dependency that if this is executing, this is executing, because sometimes you have a database connection. Consider that you haven't opened database due to some issue, and then the third test case is about database closing. If second test case is not working, then there is no point of going to the third case test case. So in that case, it's better not to execute. So in that case, you can set it up. So you have this, but if you put this, if you run this now, so you can see here, I was getting some issue. Okay, it was not able to run, and it is saying that the dependency is there, which is not included. And then if you want to execute that, then you put this always run condition. Always run condition is that must execute this. Then it will not care whether both are executing or not. Even it is depends upon, but I'm saying always run equal to true. So in this case, always run means you are setting mandatory true. I think it should run. A priority instance, this depends upon not existence method. Why it is saying not existence method? I think maybe enabled is false. That's why. That's why I think it's enabled is false because everything is correct. I think enable is mandatory true, means it should be true. But sometimes it happened that due to some issue, it failed. Okay. Like I'm showing you something. Pro new runtime exception. Okay. Testing of always run. What will happen? This test case will not complete. So if it will not complete, then it is dependent on two things. You can see here. So since it is dependent on two things, and if always run is not true, then this test case will not execute because this hasn't completed. This is what it's supposed to do. You can see here, it tried to execute test case number 2, but since it is failing, so this is not executing test case number 3. But if I put here always run equal to true, then in that condition, even that test case is failing, it will execute. You check the first output. I'm getting this first output I'm getting, second output getting, but the third output I'm not getting. But if I put here always run equal to true, then it will execute even this test case is not completed. So this is just about configuration, and configuration things you can just Google it, you will get how to write it. So you can see here, you will design it like that, and always run I have put it true. So what will happen, even this test case will not complete, but this will execute because the always run condition is true. Enable has to be true, as that is mandatory thing. You can see here, this time it executed all the three. Okay, because always run was true. Even this test case failed, then also it executed. But if I don't put always run equal to true, so it will consider it has a dependency on test case 1 and test case 2. So when both will pass, then only it will run. If you don't put and put, both condition I am showing you. This time it executed only 2 test cases. Okay, but if you put here, then it will execute everything. Even this test case is failed, it will not clear and it will execute. So it works like that. Always run equal to true. Depend upon methods also I have shown you. Depends upon group, I will teach you group, then I will show you. Okay. Now I'm talking about assertions in TestNg. TestNg has assertions feature. So instead of like this one, I can make the test case pass as a fail based on the assertions, right? So how you will do that? Means you can just compare anything and you can. I consider that we have a assert class here, AWS assert. Okay, dot. See assert equals. So it compares two things. Means sometimes you have a expected result and you have a actual result. So you can compare two things. Like I'm saying here, like computer, and here I'm putting with computer. What will happen here? Left side and right side will be compared. And if you see this method, one is actual and one is expected. So first you have to put the actual, means runtime what is coming, and the expected what you have think that the output should be there, right? So if both will be same, then it will pass. And if you go there, then third is message. What message? If it is passed, then no message. If it is failed, then what message you want to display? Then the third is the message in case of failed, it will display. Otherwise, if it is passed, then it will not display. RESULT results didn't match. I said match, MATCH, a match, or match only, didn't, no, match. In this case, both will not match, so it will also display, you see here. Because the text what I have given, it will only display when this will not match. So this is called assertions. But let's go. You can see here, come here, come here. You see, this message is coming, right? First you see this one. Expected is computer, small case. Actual is C is capital, so it didn't match. So I say that failed. Okay, so this is something assertion. So this test case is failed. So how you will know this test case is failed? You can see a pass, pass, and failed. And then you have a TestNg result window. You can see here. The entire suite is failed. Red color. And which one is failed? Test 1, 2, 3. So 2 is failed. You can see here. When you click here, it will show you all the details. So in this way, TestNg is more powerful for test case handling. Like in one class, you can have n number of test cases, so long but you want to write, and you can make pass fail test cases like that. Consider that you have this. You have 2 test cases. Now I will put more test cases here to pass and fail. Pre. Consider that I want to make this test case pass, pass, fail. So how you will do that? So one is assert equals, you already know. One is assert dot assert true. Assert true. As if it is true, then it will pass. Third test case I am failing. If it is a true, then it is pass. Means you just put any logical 10 is greater than 5. So that is also a true condition. Okay, means based on true, you can just put 10 is greater than 5. So logically it will test and it will say, oh, okay, true. It says that 20 is greater than 10. So this is also true, right? But if we put here 10 is less than 15. So what you are doing here? You are testing a logic which is failed. So it is saying that it will be true once this result is true. Okay. So it will just pass and fail the test case based on that. So run it and then you will come to know. You can see here. Okay, how come? I put here. I said 10 is greater than 15. So logically it failed, and why it failed you can see here. Assertion expected is true. So I'm expecting this is true, but found as a false. So this condition was false. So that's why it's failed. So test case 1 is passed, test case 2 is passed, test case 3 is failed. So result also you can see here, like very good. And if you go to the result with TestNg shoot, then you can see this. 1 is passed, 2 is passed, 3 is failed. You click here, you will get this. For 1, 2, I'm not getting this because it's failed something, details it's coming. So because of this, it is failed. So this is something about assert true, but let me comment this part. This part I'm commenting, and there is a fail as well. ASSERT assert dot assert false. I think fail is also there. Yeah. Suppose that without any testing condition, you want to, based on if condition, you want to make test case pass or fail. So don't need to call the exception. Here in TestNg, we have assert true and assert fail. So you see here assert fail I put. So it means I'm failing this test case. Assert true is not there, but fail is there.
Hmm.
You can say here when I'm putting dot true, it's not assert true is there. Assert dot true is there. So assert dot assert true is there, but assert dot fail is directly given. One more thing you can do here. One is assert false. You can use this. And if it is assert false and false, then it will pass. Okay, when you have to fail the test case, then if it is false, then you have to make something illogical. As if I put here 20 is less than 10. So this is a fail condition, right? So if false and fail, it will make the test case pass because it is asserting the false, right? The false, it is a false condition. So it will pass the test case. But if we put something true here inside that, then it will fail the test case. Understand or not understand?
No.
Let me explain this part.
Yeah.
I just reversing this. Then you see the output, what it will go. I'm saying this is a false. So
Yeah.
it is a false or true? Tell me.
False.
False. Then what it will do? Means I'm saying that it should be false. So it's a false. So false and false is correct.
True. Yeah.
Means it will pass the test case. What
Yeah.
I'm asserting, it should be false. So that's incorrect. So it's incorrect is there. So it means it's a pass test case. But I'm
Yeah.
asserting a false that this should be false. But here it is not false, right? It's asserting the false, but this is coming as a true. So then it will fail the test case.
Okay.
You can see here. So how you will check here? Then you see here. Expected is false, means this should be false. But when I found that it's coming as a true, that's why I'm failing the test case.
Yeah.
There was a true condition, right? So which test case failed? You can see here. This is failed,
Okay. Now I understand. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And this is totally failed test case. Test case number 1. You can see I am just test case 1 is failed. So it's saying that I deliberately fail. Means if you have if condition kind of thing, and based on that you want to assert, then you can use it. If this is the case, then just fail the test case. So this is assert classes with the TestNg things, and how you will come to know. You see all the part is from the TestNg. Okay, org.testng.assert. It means assert is the part of TestNg. Okay.
Hmm.
So I think like we have gone through basics of the TestNg, assertions also. A lot of things are there. That's once you go to the testng.xml, then you will learn those things as well, before and after annotations as well. I will come to that point tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's it for today's class. We'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow is class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Raj.